boys and girls. Well, now we're going up to the North Pole, the northern hemisphere. And up here, this is where we will find the Arctic. And here is the Arctic Ocean. Remember that the North Pole area is where we have water surrounded by land. And in the winter, hopefully we get a lot of pack ice for animals to live on. And then they'll migrate to areas around the Arctic in the Arctic Circle. That's what we call this area up here. And the ground is usually frozen for most of the year. And the animals will call this the Arctic tundra. So let's take a look at some of the animals that call the Arctic tundra area their home. And this one's kind of cool because it's actually a song. Over in the Arctic, where the cold wind blows. And it's written by Marianne Burks, and the illustrations are by Jill Dubbin. Let's take a look at some of the animals that call the Arctic tundra their home. I've got that nice blue, cool color, one of our cold color families. Over in the Arctic, where the cold wind blows. Here's probably one of the most famous North Pole Arctic area animals. Over in the Arctic, where the cold waters run, lives a mother polar bear and her little cub one. Row, said the mother, I row, said the one. So they rowed on the ice where the cold waters run. If you look closely, you can see another animal on this page. Over in the Arctic, hopping like a kangaroo, lived a mother Arctic hare and her little leverets too. Thump, said the mother, we thump, said the two. So they thumped on the tundra, hopping like a kangaroo. If you look closely, you can see some other animals on this page. Over in the Arctic, paddling in the icy sea, lived an old mother walrus and her little calves three. Kick, said the mother, we kick, said the three. So they kicked with their flippers, paddling in the icy sea. Remember to look closely to see if there's any other animals on this page. Over in the Arctic, curled up on the frosty floor, lived a mother Arctic fox and her little kits four. Hide, said the mother, we hide, said the four. So they hid and they waited, curled up on the frosty floor. Over in the Arctic, where they dip and they dive, lived a white mother whale and her little calves five. Click, said the mother, we click, said the five. So they clicked and they whistled, where they dip and they dive. Over in the Arctic, where the cold waters mix, lived a furry mother seal and her little pups six. Breathe, said the mother, we breathe, said the six. So they came up for air where the cold waters mix. You can see some other animals hiding on each page. Over in the Arctic, gliding up towards heaven, lived a mother snowy owl and her little owlets seven. Swoop, said the mother, we swoop, said the seven. So they swooped as they flew, gliding up towards the heaven. Over in the Arctic where some creatures migrate, lived a mother snow goose and her little goslings 8. Honk, said the mother, wee honk, said the 8. So they honked and flew south where some creatures migrate. Over in the Arctic where the sun didn't shine, lived a mother wolverine and her little kits 9. Growl, said the mother, wee growl, said the 9. So they growled and they grumbled where the sun didn't shine. Over in the Arctic in a deep dark den lived an old father wolf and his little pups 10. Howl, said the father, wee howl, said the 10. So they howled in a pack from deep within the den. They're howling. And then it says, over in the Arctic where the cold winds blow, Arctic animals are living in the water and the snow. Name us, said the animals, from 10 to 1. Then go back and start over, 'cause this rhyming isn't done. Over in the Arctic, you can spy with your eyes to find more Arctic creatures. Each page has a surprise. Find the hidden animals. So as you look at each page, there are hidden animals there for you to find as you go through the story from 1 to 10. Now, my little friends, when you think about your family, you have a mother, a father, maybe aunts and uncles, grandmas and grandpas, you have cousins, there might be nieces and nephews and sisters and brothers, but most of it, we have adults and then we have kids. Well, in these families, we learned that there were many different names for the young that there were. For example, on the polar bear page, we had an adult polar bear with a cub. On our page here, we had an adult hare with her leverettes. Then we had the walrus who had her calves. Then we had the fox who had her kits. Then we had the whale who also had calves, just like the walrus. Then we had the seal who had pups. Then we had an owl with her owlets. Then we had the goose with her goslings. And we had the wolverine who had kits. That's just like the fox. And then we had the wolf who had pups as well. I want you to think about which animal family would you want to be a part of? Which animal would you like to be as a young animal? Would you like to be a pup, a calf, a kit, an owlet, a gosling? Think about it and tell us below. Choose your animal that you would like to be from the Arctic and what name you would have as a young creature being part of that family. All right, my friends, name your family and what you are as a young member of that family.